Hi, Tribe. Tidy Manifestation Goddess here, and I had epiphany on time being an illusion. So stay with me. I realized that we are not creating our reality. All existence of reality already exists. What we are creating is the experience of that reality. And y'all know if y'all been following my journey, I feel like my spiritual gifts has been getting stronger over time. Time being an illusion, so really like this. And one night God gave me, during a dream, he told me to read John 2:20. And it's funny because I was like, oh, I'll read it when I wake up. Like, I'm not writing it down. And like, if you are tapped in with God, then God voice be clear as day. He's like, no, write it down. Like, you're not going to remember when you wake up, write it down. So I got up out of my sleep and I wrote it down. So when I got up and went to go read it, John 2:20 was about how the Jews didn't understand or was kind of questioning Jesus about how is he going to do something in 3 days that they said would take 46 years. And then that's when God kind of gave me the revelation that time is an illusion. And I know once God gave me this revelation that I was going to experience this on my own. Because for me lately, when God tells me something, I usually experience it on my own in the physical reality. I didn't know how I was going to experience it, but when I tell you the experience of time being an illusion and all realities exist, like literally they all exist, and the reality that we are experiencing is how we I'm gonna try the best way to explain this the way God gave it to me, because it's very hard to explain like in human words unless you've experienced it. So maybe you can think of it this way. Say if you've ever had some sort of experience where you felt like things were moving in slow motion. Some people tend to experience this like in near-death experiences or what have you. Say that you're moving in slow motion. That is how we are experiencing time. So say that there's like all of these realities in front of us, like A, B, C, D. Every reality that can ever exist is all in front of us. They're spiraling. The past, present, future, they're all existing right now. But the reality that we're experiencing in the present moment is because we control time and we've slowed it down enough for us to have the experience. So we're not creating this new reality because it already exists. But what our consciousness is doing, whether it's unconscious or if you're tapped in consciously, is that you're slowing time down for that specific reality for you to experience. So when I got this revelation, God was like, you want to experience wealth, prosperity, love. All of those are already existing right now. So what you have to do is slow down the time of that said reality. I'm going to break it down to you. So I'm going to try to explain this from my experience of truly understanding how time is an illusion. So when I was having this experience in my 3D reality, it was past, present, future, all existing at like milliseconds. Like truly, I feel like this is when they say you tap into a feeling, because that reality you can experience in milliseconds. So what you have to do is tap in enough to slow down that reality that is going like this for you to actually experience in your human being, because your soul can experience all of these realities simultaneously and process it. But your human body needs to slow down time for you to experience that present moment. And when I was having this epiphany, it's going to get even more trippy, y'all. So stay with me. So when I was having this epiphany, I was laying in bed. And earlier that day, I was looking for a book that I've been reading. I've been reading about the Akashic Records, but I couldn't find this book. And I was like, oh, where's the book? So before I was leaving the house, I ended up finding the book. So fast forward to later that night when I was having this actual experience of time being an illusion and understanding and seeing it move in slow motion, my consciousness was able to go back to that very moment I found a book, picking it up and putting it on the counter. Like I experienced that while laying in the bed as if I was doing it again. So it was really like I was showing me, okay, this is how time works. It's literally milliseconds and it's all happening right now. The past is happening right now. The future is happening right now. You're going to experience everything right now. But what you need to do is slow down time, slow down the experience so you can tap into the reality that you want. So it's kind of like going grocery shopping. Like you want this. So which one do you want to pick? So what you need to do is pick a reality. This is what we're doing consciously and unconsciously. We're picking a reality through our persistence. Whatever you persist in, that's what you're going to experience. So if you're persistent in being a victim, that is going to be your experience. That is the reality that you are slowing down so your human body can experience that. So it was what reality do you consciously want to experience? Like, what reality do you want to experience? Because they're all existing, so choose one. So whatever you're persistent in, that is the reality that you're slowing down, and that is what you're going to experience. So when God was telling me this, we went back to John 2:20. So it's like, these Jews think it's going to take 46 days, but timing is an illusion. And Jesus knows this time is an illusion. So because I know that I'm able to do things in milliseconds, this is that Christ consciousness. Jesus was so tapped into that he knew it wouldn't take 46 years because time is an illusion and it's all happening simultaneously. Jesus was so tapped into God, his God within, understanding kingdom, heaven, and your God. Jesus was so tapped into this knowing that he knew it wouldn't take 46 years because he knew that time was an illusion. And I feel like even the Bible talks about how we have the same power as Jesus, but we have so much resistance. I feel like just the way that we're programmed, it's hard for us to believe any of this stuff. It's hard for us to understand that we are choosing the reality we want to experience through our persistence. And whenever I was having this epiphany, having this experience and understanding like, because I was literally experiencing, this is going to get trippy. Like I felt like I was experiencing my death at the same time I was experiencing the present moment, at the same time I was experiencing the past. And it was like, okay, how are you going to slow down and tap into what you truly want to experience? And when I tell y'all, that helped me tap into what it means to live in the present moment. I feel like I've always talked about living in the present, experiencing the present. But until I truly experienced the present moment as time being an illusion, it was chef's kiss. I feel like there is nothing that can compare to that present moment that I felt. It felt like when I was in my body, everything around me kind of dissolved, and it was truly only me existing in this body, in this very space, like in this space and time. And the type of joy, bliss, I can't even tell you like what necessarily transpired in the moment, but I can tell you how I felt. And it was a joy, a bliss. So when I came out of that present moment, what I realized is not necessarily what's going on, but how you're feeling in the present moment. Like that is how you need to persist in your feeling. What do you want to feel? And that is the reality that's going to slow down for you to experience. So if you want to experience fear, guilt, shame, you're going to keep persisting in that, and that's what you're going to keep experiencing. But if you want to experience joy, bliss, and happiness, keep persistent in that feeling, and then the world is going to align with that. It's going to bring you more of whatever it is that gives you those feelings. And you don't need to think of what are those experiences, how this, how that. Just truly tap into the feeling, and the world around you will collide, will align for you to have that continuous feeling. That is truly what it felt for me to live in the present moment. That is what it truly felt for me to understand that time is an illusion. Everything is happening right now. What are you persistent in? What do you want to experience? This is God consciousness. This is Christ consciousness. Tapping into those feelings, breaking down those illusions of time, and just living in the present moment, living in that feeling of joy, bliss, happiness, freedom, and let the world align to what those things are. So let the world bring you more of those experiences. That is truly what it means by we attract, we do not chase. If you are tapped into your body, you are tapped into the present moment, you are tapped into the feelings of joy, bliss, happiness, peace, whatever, euphoria, if you are truly tapped into those emotions, the 3D really has no choice but to conform and bring you more of those things. I feel like Jesus was the true model of understanding Christ consciousness, understanding God consciousness, understanding you have the ability to create these experiences. So when they told him, oh, it's going to take 46 years, Jesus was like, no, like y'all can think that, but I understand that what we are tapped into is what we're going to experience. So if I say it's going to take 3 days, it's going to take 3 days. Reality has no choice but to conform what you truly believe in. So why not persist in a reality that you want to experience? I truly do not understand. How can you persist in something you do not want? If you don't want it and you're steady persisting in it, that is what you're going to keep getting. So if you have a choice, because we all have choices, why not just choose happiness and bliss? What do you have to lose? Like, what is the alternative? What is the alternative? Negative feelings, and you're going to keep feeling those negative feelings when you can choose happiness and bliss and let the world conform. Yeah, it might be, because we have human experiences, it might be a while before your mind understands that this is what I'm choosing. It might be a while for you to actually believe it. But that doesn't matter. You don't have to believe it. All you have to do is persist in the feeling, and everything else will align. So it goes back to, we attract, we do not chase. So time is an illusion. What experience do you want to have? Keep persisting in that. All of the realities already exist, so persist in the reality that you want to experience. And as always, I'm happy, I'm blessed, I'm free. Yahweh, bye.